series of MythBusters,
There's so many things that could go wrong right now.
the team is taking it to the test track
If I knew what was going to happen, we wouldn't be doing the test.
to tackle everything from fuel economy
Your results may differ.
to stunts
Get out, get out, get out!
and speed.
Let's drive!
Wow!
They're throwing it in reverse, slamming the brakes, and driving downright dangerously
I'm gone in a puff of smoke.
so you don't have to. Get ready to uncover the truth about automotive legends and myths. Buckle up for Motor MythBusters Test Track. In this program, the team is shifting
That's the exhaust.
to reverse.
Dude, this is so much fun!
First up,
Bike hop.
Adam and Jamie attempt a Hollywood stunt driving classic.
Yeah!
The rearward getaway.
Oh, fruit stand!
Grant, Carrie, and Tori
Wear your seatbelt.
Yeah.
Absolutely wear your seatbelt.
test whether it's safer to drive on icy roads
Where's the corpses back there?
backwards. And then a retro race car goes head to toe
This is awesome!
with itself
We're going to see which one's more aerodynamically efficient.
for the wackiest race-off in MythBusters history.
That right there is Rush.
So driving in reverse. Paint me a picture.
Well, look, our hero, let's say, is driving down a one-way street. He thinks he's home free, but blocking his path is a villain in a car. He's got nowhere to go, so using the only avenue open to him, the hero throws the car into reverse and backs up, bobbing and weaving through traffic at high speed to eventually evade his chaser.
And you want to know if this is possible.
I totally do. We've been trained to drive in a lot of different ways over the years, but backwards isn't one of them, and it involves a lot of different skills, not only driving ability and spatial awareness, but also really proprioception.
Yeah, let's get to driving.
Okay. Beautiful day. Wide open, empty runway. The conditions are perfect. Oh, wait. We need a car.
You ordered a car? Indeed I did, sir. Perfect timing.
And they've marked out the perfect test track.
And that's a quarter mile.
Before they attempt any twists or turns, the guys first want to know if cars can even reverse Hollywood fast in real life on the straightaway.
We've set up a course that's measured, and we're going to test out these cars, see how fast they go in forward, and compare that to how fast they go in reverse.
All right, Mr. Hanneman, are you ready?
I'm good to go.
All right, commence quarter-mile test in 3, 2, 1, go! Here it comes. 80 miles per hour.
It's a good start for their converted cab. But how will that speed compare when it's back to front?
Most cars you're ever going to run into have only one reverse gear, which means that the top speed of your car in reverse is ultimately limited by the reverse gearing and the speed at which the engine is turning over. Now, will our car be able to go as fast as they seem to go in the movies? That is just what we're about to find out.
On Adam's count, Jamie will go full throttle.
Okay, Adam, I'm in place and ready to go in reverse.
All right, Mr. Heineman, in 3, 2, 1, go! $49.50, 52, 53. 54 miles per hour.
It's an impressive result. Reaching freeway speeds is more than a match for a Hollywood hero. But it's not all good news.
The trick with driving at a high speed in reverse was to not do very much, just kind of hold still and try and keep the car in a straight line. But unfortunately, we're not going to have that option now, because now we've got to drive through a slalom in reverse, and that's all about steering. There are a couple of reasons that cars are difficult to drive at high speed in reverse. Yeah, you started to lose it at about 50. Man. And the first is that the steering is not self-centering. If you let go of the wheel of a car going forward for just a second, it'll tend to self-correct because of the offset of the wheels. If you're going in reverse, it does the opposite. If you let go of that wheel, they're going to go hard to the side, and you're going to do a 180, and that's dangerous. And correct a little too much, you're going to lose it. The other thing is all about perspective. When you're going forwards with your head in a line with the steering wheel, driving's really intuitive. But in reverse, you're either looking into the mirror or over your shoulder, meaning your brain's having to make complex decisions from a viewpoint that it's just not used to. And so when things go wrong, you're gonna flip the car or something bad.
Given their struggles on the straightaway, today's test looks terrifying.
This is what we call the diving in at the deep end test. We've got a course that's full of the kind of challenges a Hollywood hero has to face, and we're gonna see if we can reverse through it at high speeds without crashing. This is why we have insurance.
It's a course that a movie maestro would finish in a flash. But how will the MythBusters manage?
All right, first run in 3, 2, 1, go.
Adam's off. And from the outset, he's ignoring the mirrors.
Whoa!
Oh, there goes a cone.
And going with the over-the-shoulder technique. But it's hardly paying dividends. Because not only does poor steering cripple his cone count, his slow speed means his time is terrible.
How did I do?
1 minute, 7 seconds.
1 minute, 7 seconds? I'll tell you what that does. It wreaks havoc on my neck. Well, I had a couple of screw-ups on that one. It's very hard to gauge how hard you need to hit a turn in reverse, because all of your metrics for reaction in terms of how the car moves are way off kilter. It's a far more sensitive device in reverse.
Indeed. But can Jamie master the method and reverse this Smith's fortunes?
All right, cowboy, here we go. And 3, 2, 1, go! I love that this is our job.
Unlike Adam, Jamie's using the mirrors and the over-the-shoulder system. But it's not a winning combination. Because his crash course is even worse than Adam's. Eventually, he crawls to the finish line in a sluggish 72 seconds. Which is not good news for the Myth.
Okay, you win.
So they've called in some professional help.
If we're gonna get really good at this, we're gonna need to get trained by an expert. Luckily, we have an expert in reverse tactical driving right here. Hello, sir.
Hello.
Brian Fraser is a trainer at the Emergency Vehicle Operations course here in California.
All right, Brian, where do we start?
We're gonna put barrel here, 2 barrels here, one on each side of the car.
All right.
Brian's first job is to ignore the current course.
Right there is good. Good ending
Oh, this is why we can't have nice things.
And set up something way more straightforward.
All right. That's the course. Now what do we do?
point. Drive it.
Okay, let's go.
Because the technique he's going to teach is surprisingly simple.
So I'm gonna change my seating position now a little
Okay.
bit. I'm gonna prop myself up, loosen my seatbelt, turn yourself as far as you can around, get your body almost in the center of the car.
Okay.
I'm gonna steer the car now with one hand, but this hand will never leave the steering wheel.
You're not gonna let the steering wheel shift in your hand to lock.
You're palming the wheel the entire time.
I see. Okay, cool.
And believe it or not, that's apparently all there is to it.
3, 2, 1, go.
by shifting his body to the center of the car.
Wow.
And keeping one hand on the wheel at all times.
Wow, I can't believe how fast you're able to do this.
Brian speeds through the course at an impressive 41 miles an hour.
That is amazing. So Brian just showed me that something I thought was impossible is in fact totally possible. So I'm about to give that a shot. This is gonna be cool.
Like Brian, Adam slides to the center to give a viewpoint that's easier to process.
Oh, look at that. Okay, so, right, 3, 2, 1.
And like Brian, he then nails the course.
Oh, that's so cool.
To check it wasn't just beginner's luck, he tries again and goes even faster.
I gotta say, this is amazing. When we got here this morning, I thought Adam was gonna be training for 4, 5, maybe 6 hours. But it's not been like that at all. Instead, in just 20 minutes, he's gone from being pretty average to being pretty great. And it seems to be all down to the central head position, which seems to be letting Adam's brain process the direction to turn much more accurately. So we're gonna put him back on our original course to see how he does now. Should be interesting.
It's the course the guys couldn't crack.
So you ready to put what you learned into practice?
I am. In fact, I can't wait to try this course now.
3, 2, 1, go.
But will his 20 minutes of training let Adam turn it around?
He's off to a good start.
Turns are a lot smoother this time. He's looking really good.
Yeah!
Well, yeah, he's moving pretty quick.
Coming in good.
Yeah! Tell me how I did.
57.25.
Boom! That was cool.
It's close to an astounding result. With just 2 minor modifications,
Yeah!
Adams bettered his best by over 15%.
All right, guess it's time to bring on the next event.
Yep, it's time for some real-life movie mayhem. So they've repoed to a suburban test track.
I'm here in an abandoned neighborhood in Marina, California, where my crew has set up a course, and I'm just supposed to drive as fast as I can in reverse. I'm actually pretty curious how this is going to turn out.
This test track is a half a mile of twists and turns. But it's got a whole lot more besides. As the guys have put the movie mayhem back into this myth. And that's not just the props.
We're gonna put a little pressure on Adam because I'm gonna be in a cop car on his ass the whole way, with the sole exception that when he sees me and takes off, I'm gonna be outside my car. So he's gonna have just a little bit of a head start.
Adam's goal, like the classic Hollywood hero, is to make it to the finish line before those pesky police.
That is a cop. That's bad.
But with reverse gear his only option, will he escape to victory?
Here we go. Bye, cop.
The chase is on.
Here we go. Getting the heck out of here.
And by the time Jamie's got going, Adam's already out of sight.
Make a right-hand turn here. Don't let go of that wheel.
By shifting to the central position, he's able to navigate with skill.
Whoa! Flaming car! Dude! Oh, man! Post-apocalypse!
At least when he wants to.
I want those boxes! Come on! Yeah!
But while his steering is supreme,
I don't know where he is. I hope he's not close.
and his speed is fast, it's no match for Jamie.
Oh, fruit stand! I'm not gonna miss the fruit stand.
Adam may be down, but he's not out, as he reverses back uphill.
Ah! I'm going still!
A strategy that the Heineman then copies. With both drivers now revving in reverse, it's a case of who's gonna blink first.
Yet another in a long line of things that we should just set up for the public and charge money for. That was awesome.
Step out of the car with your hands up.
That was so much fun. Oh my God. That was the best thing ever. Well, that went pretty much as good as I could have imagined. First off, the course was amazing, full of all sorts of really interesting obstacles, from fruit stands to dudes fixing their cars to, come on, a flaming car. I also was able to go through it really fast. I mean, fast enough where I almost lost control of the car on a couple of the straightaways. Like, it started fishtailing, but because of Brian's training, I was able to bring the car back under control. Ho-ho! Almost lost a little control there. Then, I actually spun out and Jamie hit me, but again, in reverse, I bolted back up the hill and Jamie chased me, and it was all going pretty good. But I was going too fast on the accelerator, and I spun out. He jammed into my front wheel, and I could not move. Test over.
So how you want to call it?
I have to say, I started this story thinking it was going to be handily busted, and I am now thinking that it's actually plausible. It's not unreasonable how much speed and maneuverability you can get going in reverse.
Yeah, I mean, both of us, I think, if we had our choice, would go, you know, front forward.
Yeah.
Because that's going to be your better option, but surprising how good it can be.
Let's call it plausible.
All right,
All right, I'm going to drive forward home, though.
if you can.
While Adam and Jamie head back to the shop to reverse engineer their next myth, Grant, Tori, and Carrie are backing up with one of their own.
The idea is that it's better to drive in reverse on ice than to drive forward.
Backwards.
Yeah, does that sound crazy?
It's absolutely crazy.
Actually sounds like a lot of fun to test to me.
Let's do it!
The teeth-chattering test track for this one is an unused section of the South Lake Tahoe Airport. It's the California Highway Patrol's driver training site. A snow plow compacts the thick layer of snow into ice.
Look how slippery that is. What? Whoop, whoop.
And carves out a course for the cars to follow.
Is anybody else having snowplow nightmares?
Finally, the team lays out traffic cones around the entire perimeter. And they're set to put the driving on ice backwards myth to the test.
Track's all set up. We have all our cones down. This is a very real-life situation. We have snow, we have slush, we have ice. I think we're ready to test it, so let's go over how we're gonna do it.
We'll go at 15 miles an hour forward and then going backwards and see which one performs better overall.
We've got a couple types of cars, a rear-wheel drive and a four-wheel drive. So let's do the same set of tests, forward and reverse, see if that makes a difference.
I'll take front-wheel drive.
All right, I get the convertible.
All right, I'll take the four-wheel drive.
Great.
Cool.
The car's different drive systems either propel their front, rear, or all four wheels. By testing all three types, the team will learn if they have different traction abilities and can hold the road better in reverse. Carrie's going to take the wheel first. 15 miles per hour is the set speed limit. Slow enough to be safe, but fast enough to give the wheels of the cars enough momentum to move through the slush.
Carrie, how many times have you driven on the snow?
This is actually the first time I've ever driven on snow.
Nice.
Here we go. This is forward, 15 miles an hour, front-wheel drive.
Carrie hits the gas.
Whoa!
You can start off slow.
Okay, I'm at 15.
But even driving at such a low speed quickly loses her grip.
Keeping 15. I'm sliding a little bit here. 15 feels a little faster on this slush.
It's not long before she takes out her first victims.
Number 2.
And then she just can't seem to get back on track.
You went off the track. Get back on the track.
Go between the cones, Carrie.
Oh my God.
The turns are where things really get tricky.
Coming around the last U-turn, still at 15.
I would too.
I'm gonna do 15 to the end and stop.
Thankfully, she comes to a safe stop.
Have you been drinking, Carrie?
Well, that was much more slippery than I had expected. I'm sliding a little bit. It is so difficult to drive on ice. That's scary.
Now to see if the front-wheel drive has better traction in reverse.
You ready?
Yeah. No. Yeah.
Wear your seatbelt.
Yeah.
Absolutely wear your seatbelt.
Grant bravely volunteers to monitor the speedometer for Carrie.
You're already coming off the track. She hasn't even gone 2 feet. She's already coming off the track. This is not looking good.
Here we go. Front wheel drive going in reverse, hopefully staying at 15. I'm taking cues from you, so let me know if I need to go faster or slower.
Okay.
And she's off.
5 miles an hour.
Grant counts up her speed, and she's looking surprisingly steady.
Holding 15. Looking good, Carrie.
This Smith may have some traction.
She's actually doing better in reverse. That's amazing. Well, maybe not.
But as soon as she hits the tight curves, things spin out of control.
Okay, you know what? Before you destroy the entire course, why don't we just take a breather?
I think we've got a cone underneath us or something.
Grant, can you hear me? Pull the key out of the ignition.
Oblivious to Tori's pleas, Carrie's trip goes from bad to worse real quick.
Stop the car! Stop the car! Why didn't you take control of the situation? She destroyed the whole course!
You're crazy!
So it's clear that driving backwards in the front-wheel drive was way more dangerous than going forwards.
I think that the main factor here is that driving backwards at 15 miles an hour is very difficult as is. And the amount of traction that you might possibly gain from going in reverse will not compensate for the fact that it's just too wily going backwards.
On the cone count scoreboard, driving in reverse, Carrie wiped out a wily total of 14.
There you go.
Look, there's a whole family of them.
Now it's Tori's turn.
You know, this is the rear-wheel drive, and it's got the engine in front of the vehicle. Your drive wheels are in the back, so you don't have the weight of the engine holding down those drive wheels. So it's going to be interesting to see if we have more traction.
Topless. I like it.
I mean, we got a convertible. We might as well use it, right?
The course has been re-iced for Tori's first run at 15 miles per hour.
So this will be rear-wheel drive going forward.
He powers off.
Yeah! A little squirrely.
The sports car is squirrely for sure, but Tori relaxes and enjoys the slide.
Yeah, it's like drifting.
I was doing a little bit of drifting. It's so much fun. You turn into those corners and your whole car goes sideways, and you just kind of ride it out.
Because the shot says,
It's done pretty good. I don't see any down yet.
Tori completes the circuit with no knockdowns.
All right. Dude, this is rad. It's just like drifting. Oh, we're gonna have fun, Carrie. Don't you worry about that.
Now to see how rad reverse is. For this run, Carrie will be Tori's co-pilot.
Okay, a little faster.
But as soon as he gets to the first turn, the cone carnage begins.
Oh, one!
Keep going, 15, and...
It's lucky one of our courageous camera operators shooting on the course is light on his feet. And Tori squeals, squeals, squeals all the way home.
Wow.
I would have to say it's pretty obvious. Going in reverse, even though you might have more traction, you don't have any control of the vehicle.
On the leaderboard now, Tori's reverse cone count is 12, just 2 less than Carrie. Now it's Grant's turn to take the wheel. His vehicle is a mighty 4-wheel drive.
You've got the benefit of having all 4 wheels going through whatever it is you're trying to go over. And hopefully, you'll also get the benefit of traction. from those tires.
This is four-wheel drive, 15 miles an hour, forward around track.
Here we go.
Into turn one. Little sliding.
But not bad. I'm feeling in total control.
Grant's drive around the course is like a walk in the park.
Little sliding right there. Last turn. Whoa, a little slide. Still looking very good, very good.
Grant didn't hit a single cone.
Not bad.
Look good. Flip it around.
All right.
For his driving in reverse attempt, Tori will be Grant's speed monitor.
I have full confidence in your driving capabilities.
Good. That makes one of us. Hit it.
You're at 10 miles an hour.
Grant cruises up the straight and rounds the first bend riding high.
You're looking good, you're looking good.
He's doing well. Wow.
Suddenly, the wow turns into
Driving in reverse. Okay.
Grant is knocking cones down like dominoes.
Oh, that's oversteering.
And to make things worse, Tori is the ultimate backseat driver.
Where's the course is back there? Okay, I got it.
It seems like Grant's teenage years playing Pac-Man have finally paid off.
Are you trying to see how many cones you can knock over?
You knocked over more than any of us.
Sure enough, in reverse, the final cone count standings are Carrie 14, Tori 12, and Grant 20.
Dude, you're the winner, bro. Nice work.
Shut up.
How many times did he go off the course?
Was he on the course?
So, no matter what kind of car you drive, what have we learned in MythBusters Driver's Ed today?
Going in reverse is nuts. It is not going to give you more traction or more control, and I don't want to see people driving on the roads backwards.
Rear-wheel drive, front-wheel drive, and four-wheel drive. Totally busted.
Next up, Adam and Jamie are going back to the drawing board.
I've got one for you.
Shoot.
A friend of mine used to say about a specific make and model of sports car that it was in fact so poorly designed, it was more aerodynamically efficient going backwards than forwards.
That's good.
I thought you'd like that one.
Car development today is a multi-million-dollar industry with aerodynamics at the forefront. But that's not always been the case. Because according to this myth, in the 1970s, some car designers put fashion before function. Crafting cars that sure look sleek may have actually been more aerodynamically efficient if the body was switched 180 degrees.
So what kind of car are we talking about?
That's an interesting question, actually, because this claim turns out to have been made by a whole host of automobiles from Europe, Asia, America over the last 40 years. But after extensively crunching the references we found on the internets, we have honed in on this as the most commonly cited culprit of this myth.
Well, since this myth is all about aerodynamics, let's test it out in the wind tunnel first.
That's exactly what I was thinking.
Ultimately, this full-speed fable will come down to the most random race-off in history. But before that checkered flag, it's time for some small-scale science.
This is a 1/24 scale model of the sports car that this myth is about. Now we're going to put it in this water channel back here and inject dye into the stream of water as it goes past the car. We'll put it in and look at it going forward, then we'll reverse the car and look at it going that way to see whether we can tell any difference.
Expert engineer Kurt Long's the guy with the dye.
Red dye coming in.
But other than looking cool, what does it all mean?
Well, while this car's shape may announce to the world that it slips through the wind and that it's aerodynamic, the water tunnel here tells a different story. See this big batch of red behind the car? That is a low-pressure zone creating a lot of drag on this car. It's not as aerodynamic as it looks. Will that change when we flip it around? Well, let's flip it around.
Flipped 180 degrees, and the result is not exactly crystal clear.
What do you think?
I don't know. It doesn't look that much different, really.
In fact, side by side, the dye pattern looks near identical. So the guys need to hit the test track with their full-scale sports car to test this back-to-front fable for real. And here's the plan.
This myth is all about aerodynamic efficiency, specifically this car slipping through the air. The rule of thumb is that the easier it is for this car to slip through the air, the less energy it expends pushing against that air and the more fuel efficient it is. So we're gonna run our forward-facing car through 3 test metrics: a quarter-mile time trial, a 0 to 60 acceleration test, and a fuel efficiency test. When we've gathered all that data, we're gonna cut the body off, flip it around, drive that car through the same tests, and see if there really is any advantage to it going backwards as opposed to forwards. And, by the way, I'll be driving.
What do you want to do first?
Let's time me to the quarter mile.
Okay. I'm standing right at the quarter mile from where Adam's at this moment. All I'm gonna do is time how long it takes Adam to get here. Okay, Adam, quarter mile, starting in 3, 2, 1, go.
Our red road warrior slips through the air with the greatest of ease.
14 seconds.
14 seconds on the nose. But one run ain't enough. So Adam races through again.
14 seconds again.
Like any good Mythbuster, Adam's happy to go the extra quarter mile.
I could do this all day long.
14 seconds. In the forward position, the sports car was able to do the quarter mile in 14 seconds, very consistently.
Thanks, Jamie. We'll flag that information later. With the quarter-mile testing ticked off, it's on to baseline number 2.
Here's how this test is gonna go. I'm gonna start right here on the starting line. Jamie will be down there with a timer. He is gonna go 3, 2, 1, and start that timer. At the very moment he says 1 and starts that timer, I'm gonna take off from the starting line, fanging it out, hell-bent for leather, towards Jamie, like this. Now, about this far down the track, about 800 feet, Jamie will be standing here with a radar gun, and remember his trusty stopwatch, and he is going to be watching that radar gun until my speed is 60 miles an hour, and then he will click that stopwatch a second time, and we'll get the metric of how long it takes me to get from 0 to 60 miles per hour. Let's get started. All right, Jamie, I'm back in position on 1.
Okay, stand by for my mark.
Copy that.
Start moving the car.
Here we go.
In 3, 2, 1.
I don't get tired of that.
Pretty quick. Looks to me like 8 seconds.
And back we go to 1. I'm heading back to 1.
Like the quarter-mile run, Adam's going to do the acceleration test 3 times.
Go.
And just like the quarter-mile run, the car is amazingly consistent.
So what are the results?
All 3 runs, 8 seconds.
Excellent.
With an 8-second average in the acceleration test, that just leaves fuel efficiency.
The essence of this story is wind resistance. Now, how we're going to measure that during this next run is by determining how much fuel was used over a 1-mile course. How we're going to do that is really simple. We fitted the car with a removable fuel tank, and we're going to weigh the tank before and after the run. That's all there is to it.
Where are we at?
Okay, the start weight of the tank is 20.12 pounds.
Fuel efficiency over 1 mile. Here we go.
With the fuel cell in place, Adam does the first of 3 runs. Each run is a mile long at 50 miles per hour. The results?
On that last run, Adam used 0.87 pounds of gasoline.
All right, well, I'll go back to the start and let's do it again.
Yeah.
Away we go.
The average fuel used over the 3 runs is 0.87 pounds. So what's next?
Well, we got the data we came for.
Let's go back to the shop and flip the car.
Hop in.
The next step in testing this story is to separate the body of the car from its chassis, flip it around, and reattach it so that the back end of the car is facing forward. Now, this is a pretty complicated task.
Time to rip it and strip it for major automotive surgery. But with all these bits ripped out, won't the backwards car be lighter and therefore faster? I'll let Jamie handle this one.
I know what you're thinking. Wait a second, you can't remove all that stuff because that'll skew the results. The car will be lighter. Well, yes and no. Yes, because it would skew the results if we didn't account for it. No, because we're going to account for it by putting sandbags or barbell weights in the car before we do our testing.
Now to slice, dice, and desecrate one formerly cool car.
After dozens of hours and hundreds of carefully made cuts, it is finally time to take this sports car, which looks like it's in one piece, but in fact it's in two, pull off the body, turn it around, and put it back down and see where we stand. How are we gonna do that? Well, we need some muscle. Muscle? Like an Egyptian. You guys ready? All right, on my count, 3, 2, 1, lift.
Oh, look at that. Anybody having problems?
Fans of these classic cars are probably having their first coronary right about now.
Is there a wire there, Mike? Lovely.
I don't know, I like the car better this way.
It's the ultimate convertible, eh?
Yeah, this would be cool.
This backwards beast is without doubt a world first, but it's far from an easy build. But in fact, it's mechanical maestro Mike Allen's most challenging project in 40 years. And unfortunately for him, failure is not an option.
We are, in fact, about halfway there. There's still a lot that has to be excavated because you couldn't excavate too much. Every bit of these cars adds to every other bit of structure. If you cut out too much, the whole thing could just crumple like a couple potato chips in front of you. So we've got to take out structure to be able to fit it in its current orientation, and we also have to add structure to actually keep it having some structural integrity. Yeah, about halfway there.
It's ready to lower. After 3 days of cutting, piecing, hammering, I think it's finally ready to lower down and stay on.
Well, let's do it.
Let's do it. Come on down.
Tilting forward, coming down.
It's good. Whoa! Hey! Nice! It's on.
I'm confused. What exactly is this?
This is awesome. I was afraid. Now I'm a little less afraid.
Just one more touch, and this mechanical misfit is ready to hit the test track. It's time for the most surreal time trial in MythBusters history.
Well, I know for all intents and purposes it looks like I'm sitting on the hood, but check this out. That's the exhaust. This falls into the category of tests in which I have no preconception and no idea what the result is going to be. And those are the best days.
There's 3 tests today: 0 to 60, quarter-mile drag, and fuel efficiency. For an exhaustive analysis of the Frankenstein car's aerodynamics.
Adam, let's start testing.
I'm ready. Let's do it. Here we go.
First up, 0 to 60. The forward-facing car did 0 to 60 in
8 seconds.
For the myth to be true, the backwards mobile should hit 60 in less time.
Okay, Adam, 0 to 60 in 3, 2, 1, go. Nine seconds.
That right there is rush.
To get the hard data, Jamie and Adam run the tests 3 times. Not that Adam's complaining.
Dude, this is so much fun!
9 seconds again. 8 seconds.
So how did I do on that?
The runs with the car facing backwards were an average of 8.66 seconds.
How does that compare to the forward-facing test?
The average on the forward-facing car was 8 seconds.
So the backwards was a little slower.
It is.
Test 1, and the myth's got a dent. Rather than being quicker than the forwards time, the backwards car took longer to hit 60.
When we do the math, we find that our backwards-facing car was accelerating 7.5% more slowly than the normal car.
Still too close to call. So bring on test number 2.
Shall we go on to the quarter mile?
Let's go on to the quarter mile.
Front first, it did the quarter mile in 14 seconds. That's the time to trump.
All right, Jamie, I am in position and ready to go.
Okay, Adam, quarter mile in 3, 2, 1.
Cramped up against the rear windscreen is not what you'd call an ideal driving position, but it is very MythBusters.
17 seconds.
Here we go.
– 17 seconds.
The same on run 2. And one more time. Well, kind of. A slight delay of the feathered variety.
Why did the goose cross the runway?
And the field is clear.
Go. – 16 seconds.
How did I do on the quarter mile?
You're doing the quarter mile in an average of 16.6 seconds.
And how does that compare to the forward run?
Forward test was 14 seconds.
A little bit slower.
Yep.
Nice.
Over the quarter mile, our backwards-facing car was going 18% slower than the normal car.
Actually, that's technically not accurate. Since we don't know the speed of the car when it crossed the quarter mile, it's more accurate to say that it took 18% longer to get to the quarter mile flat out.
Whatever.
Time to gas up for the backwards-facing fuel efficiency test. In the forwards-facing test, the retro racer used an average of 0.87 pounds of fuel over 3 runs on a 1-mile track at 50 miles an hour. Now they're at it again, filling her up and weighing the tank.
There we go, 29.32 pounds.
Running the mile.
Go.
That is the most uncomfortable car ever.
Then weighing the tank to see how much fuel was used.
28.6 pounds.
But after 3 runs over the same distance at the same speed, the results are puzzling.
Okay.
The difference between forwards and backwards is much larger than in the other tests. And that's got Jamie concerned.
Our runs with the body on reverse are showing an increase in fuel consumption of 44%. That's an awful lot, and it makes me suspicious.
Suspicious that the data may not be correct.
No idea what that means.
Jamie and Adam are stumped. They're going to need a plan B.
I've got 2 problems with this story right now. One is our data. I don't feel like it's definitive, and I don't feel like it answers the question yet.
And the second?
The second is I can't shake the feeling that I want to see a race-off between our backwards-facing car and a forwards-facing car racing each other at the same time.
Yeah, me too.
I'm glad you're on the same page. Let's do it.
So it's back to the test track for a showdown.
So this is what we've come up with. 2 cars, identical make and model. One of them as the manufacturer intended, the other one with its body on in reverse. We're going to see which one's more aerodynamically efficient.
So how are we going to make this race a fair fight when these 2 cars' engines might be tuned differently? Here's how. Starting from this starting line, when we hear the go signal, Jamie and I will both put our foot to the floor, pedal to the metal, and bang it out of here as fast as we can to this green flag. By the time Jamie and I get here, we want to be going neck and about 100 miles an hour. At that point in time, Mike will give us the signal, and we will throw both cars into neutral at the exact same second and drift the next quarter mile solely under the power of our own momentum, the only force acting against that momentum being the air around us. The first car, then, across this very finish line is, by definition, the more aerodynamically efficient of the 2. That's how we'll get our answer.
So the 2 matching cars, which weigh exactly the same, are going to run nice and steady at 100 miles per hour. Then, at the green flag, they'll put the cars into neutral and let them drift on through to the finish. In the red car, the Baron of Backwards, Adam Savage.
It's hot in here.
And racing nose first in silver, Jamie High Speed Heineman. With guest gearhead Mike Allen, the man in command.
I'm in position and ready to go. How do I think this is going to work? Well, we've done everything we can to level the playing field with these cars. It's all about wind resistance.
Good luck, dude.
Reverse engineering, drift off. Gentlemen, start your engine. 3, 2, 1, go!
40, 60. The guys are now toe-to-toe at 100 miles an hour. Green flag approaching.
And drift.
Gear sticks in neutral. The pictures tell the story. Front first was first.
That is a result.
That was.
Awesome. This is shocking front-page science news. Apparently, the car designers knew what they were doing to begin with.
Yep. And that means the myth is busted.
Totally busted. Oh!
And with that said, it's time to ride off into the sunset. Okay, Adam, let's try that again. And so concludes a downright backwards investigation. Confirming the vintage sports car runs with supreme slick and style.
I could do this all day long.
Thanks to the designer's forward thinking. Operating in reverse on icy roads is completely nuts.
You're crazy.
And if your only escape option is rearward,
That was so much fun.
it is possible to get away at the test track.
Yeah! Remember, kids, don't try anything you see on this show at home. 3, 2, 1, let's go!
In this souped-up series of Mythbusters,
There's so many things that could go wrong right now.
the team is taking it to the test track
If I knew what was going to happen, we wouldn't be doing the test.
to tackle everything from fuel economy
Your results may differ.
to stunts
Get out, get out, get out!
and speed.
Let's drive!
They're throwing it in reverse, slamming the brakes, and driving downright dangerously
I'm gone in a puff of smoke.
so you don't have to. Discover the science behind the most legendary automotive myths. Buckle up for Motor Mythbusters Test Track. In this program, we're putting together the ultimate car showdown.
3, 2, 1, go.
First up, Grant, Tori, and Carrie are pitting a snowplow
Oh, crap.
against this humble car.
Okay.
Adam and Jamie test whether motorcycles
Heineman crossing.
are more environmentally friendly than cars.
We like having you in the middle.
And a David versus Goliath battle
Yes, we beat him!
to see if driving
Road trip, road trip.
can actually be faster than flying.
Adam, you grew up in a snowy part of the U.S., right?
Yeah,
So you're an expert on the snowplows.
sure.
Have you ever heard of a snowplow blasting a car off the road as it passes?
No, in the winter that happens without any outside influence.
Well, one of our fans on the website claims to have seen exactly that. Snowplow with its plow up, passing on a freeway at high speed, blew a car clean off the freeway.
I'm extremely dubious.
To find out, they're going to get a snowplow and a car to pass head-on at highway speed and see if the car winds up on its roof.
Where do you think we should start with this one?
Well, first of all, I want to know how much energy it takes to actually flip a car.
Yeah, that shouldn't be too hard to do. We could take our scales so we can measure force and then pick off a few points and just try and pull it over with a static load.
You volunteering your car?
Not my car.
Okay then, how about this one? Tori's been scouring the car yards, and this looks like it might fit the bill flip-wise.
It has a high center of gravity. It has a short wheelbase. It's got a lot of surface area being so flat, and it's really, really lightweight.
To find out what it takes to knock this vehicle off its tires, Tori lassos it, ties the rope to a force gauge, and attaches that to a pickup. Carrie counts off the pounds to tipping point.
500 pounds, 1,000 pounds. 1,000 pounds it peaked at.
Then she calculates the surface area of one side and works out the pressure needed to push the vehicle over.
I've done the calculations. It's going to take 0.21 psi to flip this car. That's pounds per square inch.
They've got their test vehicle, and they've landed a busted old snowplow, which they'll need to somehow get moving at 70 miles an hour.
Earlier, we noticed that this snowplow is only rated for a top speed of 45 miles per hour. Our target for this is 70 miles an hour. There's got to be a reason that they're rating it for that.
At the moment, they'd be happy if it moved at all.
Who knows why this thing won't roll? I mean, this thing is really old. It could be rusted. The wheels could be rusted, stuck. It could, the drive shaft might be stuck in the engine, and we can't get it out of gear.
Oh, come on, Tori, be happy. After all, you did get this baby for free. A little elbow grease should get it rolling again.
Dude, there's so much grease on this axle that I'm basically just making a barbecue pit down here.
When it does get going, they'll want to know how much air pressure is coming off the plow. So Carrie builds a pressure gauge. Basically, it's a tube filled with colored water. As air pushes in one end of the tube, the water level rises along a scale, marking off air pressure in pounds per square inch. An anemometer will also measure wind speed. Now, as the plow's not yet rolling, they test the gauge by bolting it to Jamie's truck and tearing off down the highway. Surely a vehicle this big and fast generates lots of air pressure, doesn't it?
How fast are we going?
We're at 65 miles an hour.
65? This is where we're actually getting about a half-inch reading on here, which is, way less.
Remember, it took 0.21 psi to flip the test vehicle. At 65 miles an hour, Jamie's truck is pushing only a sixth of that. So what hope does the snowplow have? Mr. Bellucci's already hearing alarm bells.
If you're driving down a two-way highway and a semi-truck flies by you, and I've had that happen where my car feels like it's going to go off the road just from the wall of air that it's pushing in front of it. So if I wasn't blown off the road by a semi, I don't think I would be blown off the road by a snowplow.
We'll never know, Tori, unless you can get this one going.
So you're just going to cut the drive shaft?
Pretty much. All of it.
Cutting the drive shafts will free the wheels from the rusted gearbox. On the next towing attempt, the plow inches forward.
Stop. Good. Yeah! All right, cool.
So it moves.
It should work. It works.
Nice!
I wouldn't get too excited, Grant. Your wheel woes ain't over yet.
One of your wheels isn't turning. It's just scraping along.
First run, top speed 2 miles per hour. We traveled a total of 50 yards. One of our tires is locked. And if that doesn't spin, it's going to create a lot of friction, and it may skew the truck in one direction or the other.
And so the wheels come off this experiment, both literally and metaphorically. But after some serious hours and several gallons of lube,
Look at that. Hey!
Check it.
Hey! You got it working.
Hooray, the snowplow goes.
Yay!
Question now is, will it stop? To find out if the brakes work, they'll tow it along and have someone try them. That someone will be Grant. And even though he'll have a crash helmet and safety harness, Tori's nervous.
I don't think we should get you going at 70 miles an hour with you in it. I just don't think it's safe. If you can't stop fast enough, you might take another path into this, to wherever.
For this run, they settle on a sedate 20 miles per hour. And they're wise to be cautious. Let's face it, nothing else on this relic has worked so far. What are the odds the brakes will?
All right, we're at 20 miles an hour.
We're at 20 miles an hour.
Okay, ready to brake in 3?
Ready to brake in 3, 2, 1, now.
Grant stomps on the brake. Nothing. He yanks the emergency brake. But still, the plow doesn't stop. Instead, it runs over the tow chain.
Oh.
The chain snaps, and the plow's off its leash.
Oh.
Lucky it was only a slow tow.
You okay?
Yeah. Whew. I hit the e-brake on the snowplow, and it just started veering off to the side, and it ran over the chain, which made the steering wheel violently whip all the way around, damaged one of our cameras, and it was pretty scary.
Those brakes have to work, so it's time to wheel in some professional help. Snowplow experts Pat Manning and Matt Edgman, the guys who found the plow for us. They go ahead and bleed the brake system, and what do you know?
Hey, Grant, I think it's working. It's time to go for a ride.
We've been out here for 3 days. This would have been the 4th day. You guys got it working in 45 minutes.
Oh, man.
That's fantastic. 3, 2, 1.
Well, sort of. Only half the wheels are braking. But after 3 days, that's enough to get Grant excited.
Yeah, baby, yeah! You guys rock!
Yeah.
Yeah! Okay, that's good. The brakes are working.
There's no way Grant or anyone else will be in either vehicle when the test happens. So he devises a remote-controlled braking rig for both the plow and the target vehicle. When he flips a switch, a linear actuator presses the pedal.
So I guess that's it.
Yep, and this is the plan. The plow and the flip vehicle will each have 1,500 feet of towing cable attached. The cable will be fed through a system of pulleys, which will allow the towing vehicles to move away from the track.
These are our road barriers that we're going to be using to anchor our pulleys. Right now, they're empty. We're going to fill them up with water, and after we're filling them with water, they'll weigh around 1,200 pounds.
The pulleys are strapped to the barriers and ready to go. But before getting the vehicles to pass, they've got to make sure Grant's remote braking rig can stop the plow.
We're going to hook it up to the 1,500 feet of cable, tow it through the pulley system, and then brake, and pray that everything works.
And just in case it doesn't,
I'm laying sandbags down for the last Hail Mary. In case the brakes don't work, it'll slow down the snowplow and we won't end up busting our barriers.
Are we ready to go?
I'm ready to go. You ready?
Yeah.
Let's do it.
How confident are you in these brakes?
Oh, pretty confident.
Okay.
let's hope that confidence isn't misplaced. If the brakes don't work, the plow will plow straight into barriers.
Okay, Carrie, call out the miles per hour as you accelerate, and when you hit 70, get ready for a little bump.
Okay, rolling in 3, 2, 1.
Carrie accelerates. Like some horror movie monster, the plow lurches to life.
10 miles.
They're aiming for 70 miles an hour, but the car's struggling to pull the plow up to speed. Carrie only reaches 40 before Grant has to brake.
Okay, I'm gonna brake. 3, 2, 1.
Oh, crap.
The Plow doesn't even slow down.
Oh, no! Oh, man.
Well, let's see
I guess
if
that would be 100% carnage.
Tori, you're 100% correct.
I think that rear wheel that's been giving us problems is locked up again, and we're dragging that. I fired the actuator, and, well, just kept right on trucking.
This is how things usually look after a MythBusters experiment, not before.
I'm thinking we're gonna build a wall of sandbags.
At least
That might be our best bet to stop this thing.
You mean, so you spent 3 days on a remote control trigger and we're gonna put a wall of sandbags in front of it? All right, this has been like the most troublesome myth I think we've ever done.
To get the job done, the team needs a new plan of attack.
This snowplow is kicking our butts. There's no way we're gonna have time to test to see how much wind the regular plow is pushing.
Okay, well, I say to save time, from here on out, we build the largest plow we possibly can. I mean, something ridiculously large that's, you know, as tall as a cab, but still drivable on the road. If that can't flip it, nothing will.
Way to cut to the chase.
I like it. Let's do that.
The Plow's been behaving like Frankenstein's monster. Now it's starting to look like it, too. They weld a steel frame to the existing plow and attach sheets of plywood. They hope the added surface area will funnel a strong enough blast of air to flip the vehicle. Meanwhile, just for a change, Grant's fixing the brakes.
We had a brake system failure yesterday, and Matt, our snowplow expert, came in today and had a look at it, and he thinks that we weren't pressing down the pedal far enough. So what I've done is welded up a new bracket, and I've pushed it in.
With that done, the truck is ready to roll again. Time to see if the monster plywood plow can push enough air to flip the test vehicle.
Okay, here we go. In 3, 2, 1, go. Okay, the snowplow's moving.
Now there's no turning back. The plow hits 60 miles per hour, faster than it's ever gone before. Will the vehicles cross paths or crash head-on? They pass like ships in the night, the distance between them just a few feet. The target vehicle doesn't so much as tilt. All 4 wheels remain firmly on the test track. After everything that's happened, finally they have a successful test. Now, Grant just has to bring both vehicles to a gentle stop.
Okay, total devastation.
The brakes obviously failed again. Or did they? Grant's got a confession.
Forgot to activate the brake.
You didn't activate the brakes!
Well, no, I activated it after crashing into the barrier.
I knew there was something up because that went right through.
Yeah, well.
That was cool.
Yeah, I think that's why my snowplow looks like that.
Oh, dang.
Yeah.
Strangely enough, no one appears too upset.
I'm glad Grant didn't hit the brakes, because there's nothing better than seeing that truck destroyed because it's given us so many problems. I'm happy.
What is this?
This is the door from the snowplow. We decided to keep it. Why? I don't know, because we had so many problems with that snowplow. We should just melt it down, but I guess we're gonna keep it as a reminder.
I take it wasn't the easiest myth to bust.
Yeah.
No, we did everything we possibly could. We used an unfeasibly large snowplow, the biggest plow that our expert concedes he'd ever seen.
Also, we used a really small, lightweight car.
And we did get the car to pass the snowplow about 4 to 6 feet apart. At 60 miles an hour, nothing happened.
Nothing.
It didn't flip.
So that would make this one pretty easily
Busted.
Busted?
Clearly busted.
The car is unwavering in the first of our test track challenges. Round 2 will present a very different test against a very different contender, the Steel Horse.
Jamie, you're a fan of motorcycles, right?
Ever since I was 16.
Really? They've had motorcycles that long?
Here we go.
Okay. There is a trend apparently going on where people, including fans of MythBusters, are trading in their cars
and driving motorcycles instead because they believe that's the more environmentally friendly choice.
And what's their logic?
Their logic is simply that because motorcycles are generally more fuel efficient than cars, they burn less gas and thus they must be better for the environment.
Sounds sensible.
But there are people that say not only is that not true, they claim that motorcycles pollute far worse than cars.
Well, that sounds like something we need to investigate.
I totally agree.
Well, why don't we get some of the most popular models of the last 3 decades?
A representative sample, right. Some cars and bikes from the 80s, the 90s, and the noughties. The noughties are 2000 till 2010. That sounds like a perfect way to do this.
Well, let's get our hands dirty.
Okay.
Whoa, where are we?
This will be our base of operations. Let's walk you through the particulars.
These are our test cars. We've got a car from the 80s, a car from the 90s, and a car from the noughties. We've also got some motorcycles. We've got one from the 80s, one from the 90s, and one from the noughties. We've chosen them based on their popularity within their respective decades.
And obviously for this test, all those cars and bikes are going to do some driving.
There is literally nothing fancy about the route we'll be driving today. No tricky maneuvers, no extreme road conditions. It is simply a 30-minute drive spread out over 20 miles and split 75% freeway driving and 25% city driving.
So how are we going to measure our emissions? Well, that's where these guys come in. They're from the Clean Air Technologies division of Global MRV, and they've brought with them something called the PEMS, or Portable Emissions Measuring System. And basically, you know when you take your car in to get it smogged? Well, that's what the PEMS does, except it's more accurate in its real world, because you put it in the vehicle, you stick a probe in the exhaust, you hook it up to the engine, and you drive the car or the motorcycle around for a while, and voila, instant data.
Instant data. That is all important for this test. The PEMS will track every kind of emission, including the greenhouse gas carbon dioxide, the smog-causing carbon monoxide, and the nasty oxides of nitrogen.
The numbers we get should be precise enough to allow us to call whether the motorcycles or the cars are better for the environment.
And with 6 vehicles, that's a lot of driving.
I'm ready. All right, let's do this. All right, here we go.
But thanks to the wonders of non-linear editing,
okay, this is bike versus car.
The 30-minute test for the 80s,
80s. Pollution test in 3,
90s,
2,
and noughties
1, go.
Can take place simultaneously.
And we're off. Dun, 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 dun. A left turn takes us into the neighborhood where we can do some city driving. Jamie's keeping up nicely. Everyone's going roughly the same speed. Test is going perfectly.
Everything is going perfectly. And Adam's running commentary gives us a very special insight.
Ooh, I just burped and tasted a little bit of my lunch, enchiladas.
As the guys gather their data.
I must say I never quite understood the dogs in sweaters thing. I mean, they're cute as blazes, but I like petting my dog. I don't like petting a sweater. I'm really glad we had this time alone that we can talk.
After a few minutes of city driving, the freeway portion of the testing begins.
I am driving for scientific testing on the freeway in Northern California. I'm followed by Jamie and following a police car to gather the pollution data.
This monologue, it's not even half crazy. It's like full crazy.
While Adam's been keeping himself entertained, a traditionally stoic Jamie has been putting the bikes through their paces. Eventually, after 30 minutes at each vehicle, the testing comes to a close, and Adam finishes how he began.
We've been driving on the freeway, testing our emissions in motorcycles on the car.
Thank you. Thank you very much. After a full day of driving, we've done 3 runs with 6 vehicles and collected 24 separate points of data. Home sweet home. There we go. So that's it?
Yeah.
It's time to head back to the shop and see what it means.
So after some swift consulting, equating, and calculating, the guys have the emissions verdict.
After running the numbers and looking at the outputs of pollutant gases from all the vehicles and getting some expert analysis from Professor Kent Johnson of the University of California, Riverside, we came up with some surprising results.
First up in the MythBusters motorcycle versus car data crunch is fuel efficiency.
Across all of the vehicles, the results were consistent. Motorcycles use less fuel than cars.
Which makes sense. Motorcycles are lighter than cars, and thus they require less energy to push themselves forward.
And you'd think that using less fuel would make them better for the environment.
But you'd be wrong. From an emissions standpoint, let's take a look at the most populous of the gases that these vehicles put out, carbon dioxide.
It's nasty. It's a greenhouse gas, so it contributes to global warming, and it makes up 90% of the emissions of an internal combustion engine.
And because it's a direct byproduct of burning fuel, motorcycles, which burn less fuel, consistently produce less carbon dioxide than cars. But the other pollutant gases we measured tell a totally different story.
Hydrocarbons, for example, cause smog, cancer, asthma, emphysema, and a host of other nasties, and motorcycles produce far more than cars.
Oxides of nitrogen, responsible for smog, lung ailments, and acid rain. Motorcycles produced up to 3,200% more than cars.
And carbon monoxide is an air pollutant and poisonous for animals to breathe. Well, motorcycles produce up to 8,000% more than cars.
In summary, while we found that motorcycles were more fuel efficient than cars and put out a lot less carbon dioxide, the amount of polluting gases they put out was vastly worse. But somehow, I don't feel like you're done with this story.
No, I'm not, and here's why. Ultimately, the amount of pollution that comes out of a bike has to be related to the amount of fuel that goes into it. And while it's true that bikes are lighter and smaller than cars, and so they use less fuel, they'd use even less if they were more aerodynamic.
Right. The fact is that bikes are totally aerodynamically inefficient. That upright rider presents a huge block to the wind. They're not designed like cars to slip through the air.
Exactly. And so what I'm wondering is if we made a bike super streamlined, could we reduce its fuel usage to such a degree that it would actually beat the fuel pollution standards of cars?
You want to build a super streamlined bike and put it to the test.
I do.
I love it. Let's do it.
The plan is to create an aerodynamically efficient bike. The super streamlined design will, in theory, increase the motorcycle's fuel efficiency and minimize its emissions.
Now, a lot of bikes normally have fairings on them, which are plastic cowlings that cover the front portion of the bike to reduce wind resistance. In our case, we're going to get considerably more involved, however, and we're going to build a fairing that covers the entire bike, its passenger included.
A little more crouchy than that.
This device will cocoon the cyclist inside, making it more aerodynamic, greener, and eco-competition for the car.
This is our stripped-down bike, and very soon a bunch of steel like this is going to make the frame for our fairing. And the frame is going to be comprised of 2 parts. One is large overarching circle, which Jamie is going to ring roll, and a bunch of horizontal ellipsis, which I'm going to hand bend with a conduit bender.
Getting the steel frame perfect is crucial, as the design literally hangs off it.
I love bending metal.
Soon, what starts out as a series of bent steel rods is welded together to become one half of the fairing.
Wow. That is a pretty thing.
It is, isn't it?
I don't care what it's for. It's just plain lovely.
Yeah, let's make a whole bunch of them.
A little more measuring, welding, and bending, and they've got what looks like a giant hamster ball.
That is freaking sexy, man.
More surface area, but it's smoother.
Oh, yeah, totally.
With the sphere complete, they cut out the part where the bike will go.
I like it.
When I was a kid, I would have killed for one of these. Were you ever a kid?
No.
And since the bike fits snugly, it's time for the Comet to get its tail.
How about that?
That is freaking awesome. It's starting to look sexy.
It's kind of different, you know?
Dude, that is insane. It looks awesome.
It's perfect.
I don't think we could have made it any narrower, tighter. Really, there's almost nothing wasted in this shape. It's a perfect teardrop.
A perfect teardrop. But there's just one more thing to complete their aerodynamic design.
So this frame that we've spent all this time building isn't what makes this bike more aerodynamic. It's actually the skin we put on top of this frame that will do all of that work. And this is our skin. It is a roughly clear plastic that shrinks when you heat it. So we're going to put it all over this frame. Then we're going to heat it with a blowtorch until it's drum tight. And that ought to make this the aerodynamic, fuel-efficient bike of our dreams.
An aerodynamic bike of their dreams, and all by reducing a little thing called drag.
That's looking great, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. It's cooling down right now.
That's when it shrinks, huh?
Yeah.
And in no time at all, the fairing is skinned.
That is really, really pretty. That just looks freaking awesome.
That was worth the wait.
The fairing is finally complete. And just as the guys anticipated, the bike looks like a teardrop crossed with a comet.
It's like giving birth, but in reverse. Lowering the back hatch now.
Okay.
What do you think?
It's not at all uncomfortable once you're in here.
That's great.
Not at all uncomfortable, but its real test will be on the test track.
We've coned out the Alameda runway, and it is going to be our closed course for motorcycle testing today.
940.
We're going to use it to replicate the exact same conditions of freeway and city driving we had for the first round of vehicle testing. Jamie's going to start out on the motorcycle and do 7 laps all the way down to the end of the runway and back, which gives us 15 miles of freeway driving, just like we want.
This is both the start line and the finish line.
After a bunch of laps. Then I've marked out a little city course of some stop-and-go traffic, and that Jamie has to do 25 laps of to give us the 7.5 miles of city driving we need, and that should give us a set of comparable numbers.
No city course is complete without signage, and we've got signage. Heinemann Crossing.
The course is fully set. We are ready to test. All we're waiting is for Jamie to arrive on his shiny new motorcycle, and here he comes now.
On a steel horse, he rides.
You know he's wanted, dead or alive.
Yep, first is the baseline for the bike without its fairing. But before Jamie gets on his bike, why did he choose it for the Beat the Car test?
The name of the game here was to find a motorcycle that is as environmentally friendly as anything currently available on the market. That means it needs to be of relatively small displacement, fuel injected, have a catalytic converter, and any other pollution controls available on motorcycles as of this date. So that's why we've selected this bike. It's a 250cc late model single-cylinder motorcycle that meets all of those qualifications.
And once again, the PEMS will sniff out all its emissions for this baseline test.
Are you ready?
I'm ready.
All right, remember, 7 big laps, 25 small ones. I'll be counting them down. Here we go, late model, low displacement bike test, and 3, 2, 1, go!
Oops.
One more time. In 3, 2, 1, go!
And now we wait.
First off, Jamie goes round in circles at 50 miles per hour for 15 miles of freeway driving.
Now it's time for some city driving.
Then he's in the loop for the city conditions, complete with a stop sign and a 25 mile per hour speed limit. Finally, after looping both loops for 30 minutes in the saddle,
Now, it's a finish line.
it's time to get a readout on the control data.
The results are in. We have our baseline for our modern bike. The good news is that it's the most fuel-efficient bike we've tested by far, and it gave the cars the best run for their money we've yet achieved. The bad news, its dangerous emissions are still surprisingly high.
Will our aerodynamic fairing increase the fuel efficiency, and will the increase in that fuel efficiency dilute the dangerous gases? I don't know, but it's time to bring out the bubble. The bubble bike is ready for testing. Same track, same speed. Let's see how it stacks up.
Their pimped-out ride should reduce the drag on the bike and make it far more fuel efficient, and thereby minimizing its harmful emissions.
Now it's time to put my money where my mouth is and see whether this thing does what it was designed to do, which is to improve the aerodynamic efficiency of this motorcycle and hence reduce its impact on the planet. Hopefully it'll do that and I won't crash or something in the process.
Oh, the prototype approaches. Are you ready for this?
I am, all set.
All right, on the green flag. Bubble bike in 3, 2, 1, go! Restart. Bubble bike test in 3, 2, 1, go! That's the second time he popped the clutch on the starting line.
After an identical start, it's an identical course. Starting with a pedal-to-the-metal blast of freeway riding.
Lap 1 is away. You know those old films of like people trying to take off of cliffs and flying machines and they crash when they land? That's exactly what that thing looks like.
I'm getting to like this.
Then it's science fiction in motion as Jamie puts the bubble through its city driving paces.
It's getting kind of hot in here.
All right, Jamie, this is your last lap. Last lap.
And with that, Jamie's bubbly ride comes to an end.
Nice work, man. You are done. How'd that feel?
This thing is crazy, but I kind of like it.
I'll tell you, it looks like a weird kind of primordial airplane every time it takes off down the lane. It's gorgeous.
This thing really made me nervous at first because you can really feel the wind, a little gust, and it kind of pushes you sideways. But after a while, I started to dig it because it doesn't involve the kind of buffeting that you normally have on a motorcycle. You know, you're going down the road like this, and this thing is just smooth as butter. Occasionally, you kind of glide a little this way or that way if there's a strong wind. But it seems to work quite well. The only question here is whether it takes less power to push it through the air. And that, from inside here, I can't really tell. We'll have to let the computer tell us.
Indeed. Finally, it's down to the emissions data to either confirm or burst this eco-bubble.
I wish we had a second bike, then we could ride the two of them off into the sunset, you know?
Sure, why not? Like the sign says, it's crunch time. Let's have a look at the numbers.
All right, let's take a look and see how we did in the fuel economy category.
Well, the fairing bike did pretty well. It got 70.9 miles per gallon.
It's the best across the board. Now, I would expect, because of the increase in fuel efficiency, to see a corresponding drop in carbon dioxide emissions. Let's call up the carbon dioxide chart and see how we did.
And there you go. 105 grams. That's a fraction of everything else on the chart.
That is fantastic. Now I'd like to see how we did in all of the other emissions. Let's call up the last chart. Oh.
Not so good.
It is solidly in the middle, and the cars are still winning hands down.
Yep.
Where does that leave us?
Well, you know, it's tricky, because if you look at CO2 alone, the bikes win by a large margin.
But if you look at all the other pollutants, then the cars are far better for the environment.
I think it's got to be busted, and here's why. Over time, cars have made a remarkable improvement very steadily. And the bikes, well, the bikes have gotten better, but not near as much.
Yep, I agree. At this point in time, it is not better for the environment to trade your car for a bike.
Once again, the car is victorious. For the final showdown, it's wheels up on a myth that pits driving against flying.
Okay, what's next?
This one is another classic. The myth is that for journeys less than 400 miles, like San Francisco to Los Angeles, that it's actually faster to drive than it is to fly.
No way.
I can see it. I mean, you have to get to the airport an hour and a half ahead of your flight. Then you have to check your bag, get through security, and then on the other end, go and rent a car. I mean, I could definitely see how driving could be faster than flying.
Okay, I see a race coming on.
To fly or to drive? This modern version of hare versus tortoise, proposed by a prestigious NASA director, is that for journeys of less than 400 miles, driving is surprisingly faster. But surely the tortoise can't compete with a 500-mile-an-hour flying hare. Well, to find out, it's a pre-dawn showdown.
We're testing the myth that it's faster to drive than to fly on a journey that's less than 400 miles. So we drew straws, Tori's gonna fly, Grant and I are gonna drive. We're starting San Francisco, 7 a.m. Driving 380 miles to the Natural History Museum in Los Angeles. In 3, 2, 1, go.
Should probably give him a head start. I mean, after all, I am flying.
Tori's confident because he knows his ride will be traveling approximately 430 miles an hour faster, a fact that has failed to dampen Team Car's enthusiasm.
Road trip, road trip.
Because road trips are, well, road trips.
This will be fun.
There's the camaraderie.
We need to urinate. Should we urinate inside of the container in the car?
I'm gonna vote no.
And there's the open road. And freedom from waiting around. Or not.
Totally in the middle of commute traffic. Oh, it's gonna bone us.
Meanwhile, on his way to the airport, Tori is realizing it may not be as simple as his main mode of transport's top speed.
Now, the things that are going to hold me up are, one, I have to drive to the airport, park the car. Parking. I need parking. Check my bags. I got to get to the flight 2 hours before so I can get through security. That's going to slow me down. Parking. I need some parking. Now I'm starting to get nervous. And then on the other side, I have to go pick up a rent-a-car, get my bags, then drive to the location. This is going to be a close race. Luckily, I left 2 hours before the flight, so I have plenty of time to get through security.
It's the key to this myth. Having to get to the airport in time to go through the time-consuming process of boarding gives our roadies a chance. And back on the road, our four-wheeled tortoises aren't stuck anymore. They've hit the freeway.
This is road food, people.
However, they do have to stick to the legal speed limit.
No, no, no!
And they are stuck with each other.
It's gonna be a long trip. Do you have any good road trip stories?
Let's see. Not really.
But they have already covered 70 miles. And Tori,
Thank you.
having only just checked in, is lining up for security.
We have to shut the cameras down because they won't allow us to film in there. Besides, I might get strip searched.
There's some benefits to driving. I mean, I am carrying things that are over 3 ounces and in liquid form.
All right, so I just made it through security, and actually it went pretty smoothly. Not too many holdups, but this part always takes up time. Putting yourself back together before you get on the plane. All right, let's go catch a plane.
Meanwhile, out on the road, Grant and Carrie are eating up the miles at a steady 70 miles an hour.
290 miles to go. I think I just ran over a skunk.
I thought it was all that beef jerky you ate.
They may be bored,
99 bottles of beer on the wall, 99 bottles of beer.
but they're always moving.
97 bottles of beer on the wall, 97 bottles of beer.
Unlike Tori, who, after getting through security in reasonable time,
Hope I make it to my gate in time.
has come up against another air travel bottleneck.
All right, so I made it to my gate. Now I have another half hour to wait before we actually board. Now this is killing me because this is eating up time where I could actually be traveling. Carrie and Grant, they are flying on the freeway. I have to sit here and wait.
And that's the key to the potential plausibility of this myth.
78 bottles of beer on the wall, 78 bottles of beer.
Do the logistics and the waiting around required for air travel offset the difference in speed?
Take one down, you pass it around.
With Team Tortoise 130 miles ahead, but only inching their way down the highway,
77 bottles of beer on the wall.
our about-to-be airborne hare
Thank you.
is settling in for a relaxing 500-mile-an-hour sprint.
Hello.
Hello.
You know what? Normally I don't like sitting in the middle seat, but today's a different story.
We like having you in the middle. 30 bottles of beer on the wall. 30 bottles of beer. I'll take one down, you pass it around.
I wonder where Carrie and Grant are. Oh, look, I think I see them.
With Tori leaving his earthbound competition in his contrail,
100 miles to Los Angeles.
Still?
he's clearly more comfortable than his car-bound competition.
All I know is my back is tired. I'm tired. I gotta...
With our road warriors weary, cramped, and cranky, Tori's short 90-minute flight is already complete.
I thought we were flying to Burbank. You sure we didn't go to Seattle?
But although he's well in the lead, doubts are creeping in.
I just landed in the Burbank airport, and we are now 4 hours into this experiment, and I am just now getting into LA. But I am a long ways away from the location. I still need to get my bag. Now, this is definitely gonna eat into my time. I need to get my rent-a-car, and then I have another 40-minute drive till I get to the destination. Carrie and Grant might have a chance of beating me. All right, let's go.
And speaking of going,
I gotta pee so bad.
Just hang on, just a little bit more.
Team Car requires relief, refreshments, and refueling.
Ready, set.
All right.
Having to stop is a major disadvantage.
Oh, God.
Feel better?
But it's worth pointing out they'll complete the journey on $80 of gas and drive-through. And Tori's flight was more than twice as expensive, not to mention the cost of car rental.
Right now, I'm waiting for my shuttle to pick me up so I can go over and get my rent-a-car. Again, burning time.
Time in which Carrie and Grant grind ever closer. And with Tori's time delays continuing to add up,
Hello?
Team Tortoise is back in the race.
That's Burbank Airport.
I have my rent-a-car. Now it's off to the final destination.
There might be a chance we beat him.
Now, it's only 17 miles away, but this is LA. I mean, if there's traffic, this could be the longest leg of the trip.
Yep, after 5 hours, it's down to the wire. And the lottery of LA's freeways.
Why are we going so slow?
There's an accident.
No.
Oh, we were doing so well.
Oh, shut up. No.
And with both teams caught in the mess of the metropolis, the merest minutes matter.
Right. Back in the game. Back in the game.
All right, here's my exit.
The destination will be on your left.
I don't see any sign of Carrie or Grant.
All right. Turn right in here. We
Okay.
just gotta get to the steps.
All right. That's the steps.
I don't see him. I think we beat him. Get out. Come on.
No way! That's amazing! What's our time?
5:23.
Yes, we beat him!
Is awesome.
Hey, what took you guys so long? Did you guys hit
Shut
traffic?
up. When did you get here?
Took me 5 hours and 15 minutes.
Ew, it sounds like 7 minutes past you. That's crazy.
Dude, if we hadn't stopped for you to pee, we could have made it.
You picked a more fuel-efficient car, so we'd have to stop for gas.
Wow, sounds like a real relaxing trip.
Oh, what is that smell? Oh, God.
Not me.
Yeah, when it comes to enjoying the journey, there's a clear winner. But as for the race itself,
the myth that if you have a journey under 400 miles, it's actually faster to drive than to fly is plausible. We left at the same time this morning from San Francisco and arrived within 10 minutes of each other down in LA. Now that's 380 miles. If anything had been slightly different, one of us could have gotten here faster than the other. So, walking away plausible.
Driving versus flying was neck and neck.
7 minutes past you. That's crazy.
But our humble car remained steadfast in the face of the mighty snowplow. And even against the Eco Warriors custom-built bike bubble,
Okay.
the cars retained their title.
It is not better for the environment to trade your car for a bike.
At the test track.
Please don't try what you're about to see at home.
3, 2, 1, let's go.
In this souped-up series of MythBusters,
there's so many things that could go wrong right now.
The team is taking it to the test track.
If I knew what was going to happen, we wouldn't be doing the test.
To tackle everything from fuel economy,
your results may differ,
to stunts,
Get out, get out, get out!
and speed.
Let's drive!
They're throwing it in reverse, slamming the brakes, and driving downright dangerously.
I'm gone in a puff of smoke.
So you don't have to. Get ready to uncover the truth about automotive legends and myths. Buckle up for Motor MythBusters Test Track.
Are you ready?
I'm ready.
In this program, the team is preparing for liftoff.
This one's gonna work.
With 3 gravity-defying myths.
There we go.
Can a rocket-propelled automobile traveling at 350 miles an hour take flight?
What happened?
Going hot.
Is Hollywood telling us the truth?
Commence fire.
The car really blast off if you shoot the gas tank.
Many hands make light work.
And first, Adam and Jamie are testing an epic viral video stunt
I think we're going to get airborne.
to launch a car come hovercraft.
What do you got?
Well, it looks like we've got a bunch of fire hoses pointed down, and they're lifting a car off the ground.
That is friggin' perfect for us.
It looks pretty convincing. What do you think?
No idea. Here, play it again.
You know, if this is real and we can actually pull this off, it's gonna be awesome.
I totally agree, but man, it could also be deadly.
It could also be a con job. That car might just be a plastic shell. But the only way to find out is to try it ourselves. That means building a platform, sweet-talking some firemen, and buying a full-weight has-been hatchback.
This is what it is to be a Mythbuster. You see this car behind me and you think, it's some classified ad piece of crap. I see a flying water jet car.
Adam's itching for their first car liftoff. But Jamie wants to check under the hood.
This car weighs, according to the sticker, 3,175 pounds. Now, that means that each of those hoses has to put out about 320 pounds of thrust. Personally, I don't think so.
To get a gauge, they're starting with a small-scale test. So Adam's knocked up a 10-nozzle frame with a scale model car.
Oh, it's perfect. Look at that.
Meanwhile, Jamie's lined up a test track at the Pleasanton Fire Training Center.
Given that we're going to be harnessing hundreds or maybe even thousands of horsepower of diesel pump energy and putting that through hoses, this is kind of a dangerous situation that we don't really want to just dive into without preparation. And so we're going to build a scale model, see how well we can control it, see if we can learn anything about it before we start dealing with the big boys.
Okay, this bewildering mix of half-hosed, double-piped, triple-glued multi-valves sure don't look small-scale. Thankfully, Adam's here to explain it.
Right, kiddies, close your eyes and open your brains. Well, actually, keep your eyes open because this television is going to take you on a little journey. Picture yourself as a droplet of water with a bunch of your friends heading down this 2.5-inch fire hose. Everything's going great. Then all of a sudden, you hit this transition. What is this? Oh, it's starting to have tea with the MythBusters. So, you and your friends are divided into 2 groups. This group, the left group. Let's go see what they're going on. Left group comes down the manifold and further gets divided into 5 other groups, each one going down a 25-foot garden hose. Those garden hoses lead to the platform where all 10 groups of water droplets, all of you and your friends, are rejoined coming out of these nozzles. And if everything goes well, you'll see this. But we're not exactly sure that's going to happen. There's likely to be problems.
And that's not just a prediction, it's a promise. Retired Fire Chief Bob Calloway runs out the hose and taps into the nearest hydrant. He's pumped, and so are the boys.
We are all plumbed up and ready to go. And what I'm hoping to discover here is information about the flight characteristics of the full-size car when we power it up.
So, Bob, we're all set and ready to go.
Okay, Jamie.
And you got your valve there, huh? So
Right.
What's your signal for more or less?
More is this way.
Less is like
Less
that?
is this way.
Just like a crane, okay.
Right.
Well, I'm going to stand kind of safely off to the side watching the whole thing, and I'll give you your signal more or less, and we'll just kind of ramp on up.
Okay.
Remember the high-pitched squealing means shut everything down. The sound like, like that.
Will do.
Okay.
Jamie declines a waterproof suit. That's because Adams volunteered to handle the hoses. Bob turns the tap, and there's no turning back. And before you can say, pump my ride, this little red car takes off like a little red helicopter.
Dude, look at that! Yeah!
And in scale, that's about right. That's like, what, 20 feet off the ground?
It's totally, these things are pointed every which way, but because they're mostly down, it's really stable.
It seems precise water direction isn't crucial to keeping the car aloft. And that's what they came here to find out. Bolstered by an unshakable belief in his own brilliance, Adam decides to kick it up a notch.
That's maximum.
You know what I'm thinking?
What?
Is that when we go up to full size, see how just a little bit of guidance keeps it dampened? So all we need are like 4 ropes.
Well, notice there's a guy on every hose in the video. And it doesn't take much. I mean, actually, I can guide it from right like here. Dude, this couldn't be better.
Well, actually, it could.
Whoa! Oh!
Direct hit to the mustache.
I was doing just fine staying dry.
It could not have gone better. We got liftoff, we got stability. It seems like as long as these things are pointed within 15 degrees of down, you get stability. This seems really, really possible.
So it's back to the shop to design their full-scale version.
We don't need something as complex as that. We can have something like NPT pipe fittings to have attachment pipe fitting there, so your hose comes in.
Yeah, I prefer
and then
if that's
a nipple.
A lower PSI.
Yeah, what do we gain and what do we lose?
They need to nail down the most effective mix of hose and pipe sizes, nozzle types, and water pressure. And it's not something the fire department can help them with.
They don't need to know this kind of thing normally. All they need to know is whether they can hold on to the hose well enough to put a fire out. And when you try and button them down to, you know, exactly how many pounds of thrust in this configuration or that, they don't know, and it's not surprising. I mean, as usual, we're using tools and materials in ways for which they were never intended, and this is a classic.
So is this clear?
100%.
Clear as mud, huh?
Yeah.
So Adams knocked up a custom rig that should fit the bill.
This right here is one of the water jets of my completed water jet car lifting platform. I've got 10 of these babies on it. Starts out with a fire hose coupler right here, goes to normal NPT schedule 40, 45, and 90, out to a bell reducer, and a water jet will be squirting out here.
It's a slick piece of plumbing, and every bit as heavy as it looks.
This right here weighs about maybe 400 or 500 pounds, and that means that the whole thing is going to be quite heavy. We're going to have to be able to lift maybe around 4,000 pounds if we get that car off the ground.
And after giving the car a fresh lick of paint, it's back to the test track for liftoff.
All right, looks like we're good to go.
Let's get this show on the road.
Every available fire truck rolls up to the test site. But there's a setback. They've only mustered 6 of the hoped-for 10. Still, there's no lack of manpower.
This is many hands make light work. All right, all we want to do is lift this car over this bar this way.
2 guys on each wheel.
That was beautiful.
Adam and Jamie strap down the car with the world's biggest seat belts.
I just had one of those moments. Can't believe we're doing this.
Now to hand things over to the professionals.
Well, it went so smoothly, I'm a little nervous, but yeah, I can't think of anything else we can do except hook it up.
The boys have burst a valve to maximize their chances. In the wash-up, it all depends on how much water they can pump from these few hydrants, pressurized by just 6 trucks.
I'm a little nervous about it because we've only got 6 trucks. The math says we should be able to do it just, but will we?
I'll give you a prediction. I think we're gonna get liftoff. Whether it's a nice high liftoff or whether it's a gentle or catastrophic landing, I don't know. But I think we're going to get airborne or waterborne.
Well, it's time to find out. Can a full-size, full-weight car really take flight?
Dude, I can't believe it.
6 diesel engines kind of rumbling. The tension is mounting.
Are you ready?
I'm ready. Let's do it.
I'm gonna get in position.
Test number 1 starts with the standard hydrant pressure of 80 psi, which Jamie steadily raises 10 psi at a time.
All right, all pumps up 10 psi. All pumps up 10 more psi.
The car's not flying,
All pumps up 10 more psi.
and the water's a-wasting. So Jamie shuts her down.
All pumps down, completely down.
Okay, we're exceeding the amount of water flow for the system.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Well, what if we remove a couple of the hoses or just, don't power up with 2 of the hoses?
Okay, why don't we try that? Maybe we'll get the lift still that we need.
Because we need that pressure.
Right, we need the pressure.
With a fixed water supply, cutting 2 hoses will raise the pressure in the remaining 8. It's a question of finding the perfect balance.
Removing a couple of the nozzles, that'll give us hopefully more pressure, less volume, and not put such a demand on the system. And we're also going to make it happen really quickly.
They'll start this test at 100 psi, then lift the pressure bit by bit.
10 more psi.
Once again, they fail to raise the roof or even lift the tires.
What's happening is that we're not getting liftoff.
Okay, all engines down.
What seems to be the reason is we are exceeding the amount of water that the entire city's water system can produce in this location at a specific time.
In test after test,
All pumps 1, 2, 0.
Jamie raises the starting pressure.
All engines 170. Okay, down. Off.
Repositions the nozzles.
All engines 120. All engines down.
And cuts the number of hoses.
Now we're running on 6 hoses. We have an even balance of hoses in the 4 corners and 2 in the middle. Hopefully that'll be enough.
But it's not. Try as they might, the hatchback shows no tendency to hover. But Adam might have the answer.
Now, see, the problem is we've got an engine. That's why we're not getting any movement.
Well, let's get the engine out.
All right, let's do it.
In the video, you can't tell what's inside the car and what's not. As far as we know, we're doing what they did.
There it comes.
There's nothing in the video we saw that said that car had an engine. And we got to get liftoff before the end of the day. So we're lightening our load by a few hundred pounds.
Daylight's fading, And this next test is pretty much make or break.
This one's gonna work. I hope.
Up on 6.
With 6 engines, 6 hoses,
Come on, baby.
Up, up, up.
and no motor, the car finally takes flight.
Up on 3. Up on 3. Up on 3.
And isn't this a thing of beauty? 15 feet high for a full 45 seconds.
Okay, down, down, down. Cut it. Oh, yeah! Nice landing. The new rocket cars start up a little rough, but once they're airborne, they're beautiful.
It worked. I didn't actually think it was going to happen, but it did. Well, just like the video.
We got it. And I got to say, it was beautiful. It was a moment I didn't want to end. I'd say we've confirmed this one.
Confirmed it is. It was cool, though.
It looked so unlikely. But these guys, whoever they are, seem to know their business. The video is verified.
You know, of course, this makes me want to make a backpack.
Of course it does. Or maybe like a hoverboard.
With one successful liftoff under their belt, the guys are repoing to a different type of test track for a very different launch attempt. Here at the Chabot Marksmanship Range, they're still under the watchful eye of local firefighters.
So, Adam, what are we doing out here with all these guns in this car?
Well, the MythBusters caddy is actually going to help us put a very famous myth to rest, one that is constantly perpetuated by Hollywood, which is, if you shoot a car in its gas tank, will it actually explode?
In countless Hollywood movies, we've seen a well-placed slug explode an auto. Will the caddy be the next one to be blown sky high? The MythBusters know all firearms are dangerous and should only be used responsibly and in a safe environment. So, do not try this at home. To test this myth, Jamie will have to shoot the Cadillac's gas tank.
Commence fire.
There's gas in the tank, and the bullets are definitely hitting it. But there's no explosion. The waiting firefighters look almost disappointed.
Look at that, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, all right in a row. Oh, yep. You punctured that gas tank quite neatly. And I'll bet you went right through the other side.
Jamie's shots went clear through the tank.
Yeah, there's one that's right out the bottom there.
Ah, so you're right.
So will shooting a car's gas tank actually set it on fire?
Actually, not like in the movies. It won't explode. You did a really nice cluster there right through the gas tank. No problem at all.
Went in, came out the other side. Nothing.
No explosion.
There you go.
Commence fire.
Okay, so launching a car sky high by shooting the gas tank is firmly fictional. For their final expedition, the MythBusters team is coming together to tackle the mother of airborne automotive myths. This one comes from a classic urban legend. The story goes that an off-duty airman strapped a jet-assisted takeoff unit to his Impala and rocketed across the desert at 350 miles per hour. But when he hit a bump, his car took to the air and soared for over a mile until a cliff brought his journey to an abrupt end. But did this jet-assisted joyride really achieve liftoff? The MythBusters are joining forces to close the case.
What is the plan?
Okay, here it is. We do 2 launches. The first one is the original myth as stated. We get a Chevy Impala, strap a reliable set of rockets to it, light them up, and aim them towards a bump in the road.
And see whether it takes off or not.
Exactly.
And if we don't get that, we up the rocket power and add a ramp.
Well, you know, first off, we need a couple of these things. A couple of Chevy Impalas with remote control. Grant?
Sounds good to me.
We are also going to need a safe place from which to steer them, like a mobile command bunker.
Like a MythBusters tank.
Exactly.
This is gonna be insane.
Yes, it is.
And for destination insanity, the first element of this rocket rodeo is the Chevy.
That's good.
Which needs to be stripped bare.
As soon as I walked in, the guy said, "Take a seat." And I said, "Okay."
And then Adam brings out his little friend.
Yeah!
To clear some junk from the trunk and make room for the rocket thrusters.
Now run really fast and push the car.
That are so big, the glass has got to go too.
Wow! What the hell?
There we go. That was awesomely difficult.
Difficult, but for the most important element, it's over to Jamie.
We're going to mount 5 2,000-pound thrust rockets on the back of this car, which means I'm going to have to build a really reinforced mounting system. Why? Well, one of our biggest concerns is that a rocket might become detached from the car after ignition, and that effectively means it would become a missile, and we don't want that.
It's a rocket, man.
So to keep everybody safe, we're triangulating this rocket pocket to as many points on the chassis as we can. Hopefully that'll keep everything where it's supposed to be.
That's one rocket car mod complete. And the Impala rolls out of one shop straight into the next.
That is what you call a classic.
Where Dr. R.C. is waiting to give the patient its treatment.
So our classic car is now ready for the radio control treatment. And that is going to include steering, throttle, brake, emergency kill, and something special to switch into neutral just after the rocket's fired.
That's what it's got to do. And not only is that a huge task, it also comes with some huge stakes.
Believe me, this project, there's a lot of pressure here. It's got to track perfectly straight. It's got to be rock solid. It's got to stop on a dime if anything goes wrong. But if everything goes right, it's got to keep going no matter what. It's going to be a big job, but I think I'm up to the task.
Safe to say Grant has the control under control. So phase 2, the mobile command bunker, can begin.
Ladies and gentlemen, what I have here is the follow vehicle that Jamie and Adam are going to be driving as they go after the JATO rocket car. What we need to do is build some kind of structure around the cab that will give them maximum protection if something goes wrong.
To do that, we're welding a steel cage all the way around the cab. Then we're attaching polycarbonate blast shields all the way around that. Now imagine Jamie and Adam moving down the desert, radio controlling a rocket car from inside this post-apocalyptic sci-fi looking beast. This is gonna be awesome.
Awesome. 5 tons of steel, kinda awesome. The steel frame is cut.
Am I the only one that has the theme of A-Team going through my head right now?
And welded together. Hoisted into position and attached to the truck.
Is that beefy enough for you?
I think that's going to do it.
I mean, you know, it's your life on the line. You guys are going to be in there driving. So we want to make it as beefy as possible.
Well, thank you.
We don't want you to get hurt, big guy.
Don't touch me.
Sorry.
For the finishing touch, the blast shields are bolted into position on all 3 sides of the cage.
Man, what are we gonna do with this truck when we're done with the experiment?
I think we're ready for the apocalypse.
And with that, the truck bunker is ready to hit the road.
Woo!
Meanwhile, next door,
Morning, everybody.
Grant has finally finished remote controlling the Impala.
Okay, so this car is ready to go with all of its radio control. But you know what? It hasn't been tested all together as a system yet. So to do that, we need to go somewhere remote, where there aren't a lot of people or things to crash into.
Well, the new Jerusalem runway should fit that bill.
A little foggy this morning.
Yep. Shall we drive a car while standing in a single location?
Sounds like a plan to me.
Sounds like a plan.
That could have gone better.
But this time, there's a twist.
What we've done is we put a camera in this car right where the driver would be, giving us the same view, and we're going to try to drive it via monitor. It's sort of like a virtual reality system.
Yep, and once the motor is running,
we're on.
Excellent.
with only the monitor for reference,
And here we go.
Grant takes the Impala for a spin.
It's moving.
After a ginger start,
Look at that.
it's clear that Grant's years of GTA have paid off.
Line it up on the white line. Oh, hey. Oh, you're trying to miss the camera.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to do.
Oh.
And the virtual remote control system is also ahead of the curve.
So that was a successful test. You know, the car starts, that it drives, that it stops, that it steers, kind of. As a bonus, we can switch it into neutral when we have to and kill it if anything goes awry.
That is a very promising systems check.
Yeah, not a bad start.
A few tweaks here and there, and we'll be good to go.
Well, let's head to the desert.
Yep, the team is taking this one to Test Track Mojave for the mother of all experiments.
Well, this is it. I know it looks like I'm standing in the middle of nowhere, but in point of fact, I'm standing on the Cuddyback Dry Lake bed in the Mojave Desert. 5 miles long, 2 miles wide. This is where our rocket car, our Chevy Impala, hopefully will finally catch some air.
So, all that's left is to attach the rockets to the car and go for it, right? Well, actually, no. See, first, we have to nail down our safety. Then we have to measure out a length of desert highway. And then we have to check the RC system. And when we're happy with all that, then and only then do we attach the rockets to the car. Which means I better get back to work, huh?
There's a lot to do, but as always, it's safety first.
Now, once these rockets go off, this car is gonna turn into a 5,000-pound missile. And if it decides to go off course, we're gonna need protection. And that's where this comes in. This is a Hunter blast-resistant steel building. And it can withstand a 1,200-pound ampo blast 75 feet away. And it is 2 times more blast-resistant than a reinforced concrete building. I'm gonna feel really safe inside of there.
That's mission control sorted. But Adam and Jamie will ride in the belly of the beast.
How do you like the beast?
I'm speechless. I think we'll be safe in it.
That's everyone protected.
Yeehaw!
So next up is that highway to the danger zone.
So the myth is that our driver hit this bump on the side of the road and got airborne. Now, the side of the road, it's not a huge bump. It's just about a speed bump. So we're gonna make this little berm, this little bump, out of these 50-pound sandbags. Actually, a line of 50-pound sandbags about 50 feet long. Oh, crap, this one's leaky.
It's ironic. It's like we're getting ready for a flood in the desert.
For visibility, it's back to black for the berm. While Adam is fashioning the guideline.
Well, they told me I'd be working on the runway, so I put together something a little special. In fact, this is one of our white stripes. We're gonna lay them out for about 300 feet right down the center line, and these will be what we will use to aim the car towards ground zero.
Perfect.
Nailed it.
Next, the route is lined with cones. And then there's one final and very important mark to make.
So we have decided to set off the rockets at 200 feet before the target. That'll give the rockets enough time to burn to get the car up to speed and make sure we hit our target. However, there is one problem.
The problem is that there's a 1-second delay between the time I push the button and the rockets ignite. And we want that to happen well before the berm. That's why I have this big black marker here. Wanting to push the button. No pressure here.
No pressure. And with the fast lane set, Jamie's bumper to bumper on the car.
This may look like a heck of a bumper, but that's not actually what it's here for. It's here for its weight, because we need the car to fly like a rocket. And to do that, it's crucial that we have proper balance. In rockets, you need to have the center of gravity forward of the geometrical center. And so, since we've added a lot of weight in the back because our rockets are actually quite heavy, we need to add a bunch of extra weight on the front of the car, and hopefully we'll bring that center of gravity forward enough to do the job.
Yep, and with the bumper on the front, the rockets are carefully loaded onto the back.
Does this look as dangerous as it feels?
But for safety, they won't be wired to ignite until launch.
Okay, that's it.
And speaking of ignition, time to check that Cobra firing system.
The rockets are in, but more importantly, the ignition system is in. Now, this is critical because this is where everything could go horribly wrong.
This is ignition test in 3, 2, 1. That's awesome!
It is awesome. The next check to make is the remote control. And for that, Grant's reinvented the steering wheel.
Everybody clear! They're gonna be using these controls, which include gas, steering, brake, and of course, the kill switch. All this is gonna put Jamie as close as he can be while still being safe to being in the driver's seat.
Yep, now to put them into the beast. And with the controls in situ,
I'm ready.
Adam and Jamie prepare for a range test.
Okay, I need you to step on the brake.
That is so cool.
Car going into drive. Okay, chocks away. Okay, Jamie, it's under your control.
The theory is that this system should have at least 1,500 feet of range, which is something Jamie quickly proves.
You're at 1,500 feet. That's fantastic. You still have control?
Yeah.
Excellent.
First test couldn't have gone better. I was able to steer perfectly, stop perfectly. I had good acceleration. Everything's working like a charm.
With the RC working well, the final check is the rockets.
For due diligence, we test fired one of the rockets out of the batch of rockets we're going to be using on the cars. And it was successful. The thing is that these rockets are basically a controlled explosion, and to get the most power per pound out of them, they push them right to the edge. And if they make a mistake and they push them a little too far, you've got a pipe bomb. Since we've done test fire and it was successful, we anticipate we should have a successful run on the cars.
Well, those could be famous last words. But with the equivalent force of a JATO wired for action,
This is gonna be awesome.
this little Impala is packing heat.
In plain talk, 10,000 pounds of thrust is 4,500 horsepower. That's a lot of go fast.
Serious heat. And with the rockets locked, loaded, and live, the countdown can begin.
All right, this is it. Here is how our test is gonna work.
Adam and I will be driving the rocket car from inside this thing right here, which we call the Beast. It's our mobile bunker.
Troy Grant and I will be here in the command center, monitoring the car, getting up to speed. When it hits its mark, I'll hit this button.
And then, 1 second later, the rockets will ignite, and that rocket car will go racing straight into the berm.
And if all of that works absolutely perfectly and this myth is true, we should find this car converted into nothing but a hunk of metal embedded in that mountain over there.
So at T-minus 40 seconds, it's chocks away.
Okay, the rockets are armed. We're on our way.
And then finally, it's all over to Adam.
All right. All right, all systems are ready. You ready?
I'm ready.
I swear my heart's beating like 100 times a second. Here we go. Carrie, are you ready on the button?
Ready.
Tori, are all the cameras rolling?
We are ready here in the bunker.
All right, let's do this. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Rocket car, JATO, mission accomplished in 3, 2, 1. Break off. Here we go.
There she goes. Doing good.
Yeah.
Perfect.
It's hearts and mouths time
25.
as Adam slowly accelerates the car up to 50 miles per hour.
You're drifting. Straighten it out.
Yep.
And back on the center line,
37. You're doing good.
Get ready, Carrie.
the Impala reaches the black flag.
You're gonna make it.
Over you go.
Wow!
I saw sky. I saw sky just for a second. Woo!
They got airborne.
That was amazing.
Wow. That was insane. 1 second the car was there, and the next second it was gone.
On ignition, the Impala rocketed to 200 miles per hour, barreled over the berm, careened out of control, and twisted through the air, leaving in its wake the kind of debris you only get when you combine the MythBusters, rockets, and cars.
Wow. That thing is mangled. Holy cow.
That's a work of art.
Yep, this is what happens between a rocket and a hard place.
See it, but I don't believe it.
Oh my God, the front end is completely smashed.
That is cool looking.
Aw.
Wow. Did it even catch air?
I saw it clear about 20 feet or so. It was quite a ways after the berm, but who knows what it was doing. It was just going nuts.
But it was nothing like the Myth.
No, it was far more out of control.
Far more out of control. And it didn't travel anywhere near the mythical mile.
Oh, rockets!
Look at that.
And then, oh, you know what? The wheel went under, it went sideways, it flipped end over end, and wow! That thing got tore up. Beautiful.
That might be my favorite high-speed shot I've ever seen.
That was gorgeous.
And I love that it lands on its base. Oh, and there goes the tire.
It's rocketed to #1 for Adam. And for Carrie, it was one heck of a nail-biter.
This is one of the most nerve-wracking experiences of my life. The car starts to move. It's kicking up dirt like crazy. It's moving faster and faster. It's getting close to the mark. My hand is shaking above the ignition button. I'm waiting. The car approaches the black marker. It crosses, I push the button, and then the longest second of my life begins. There's a lag time, but my heart doesn't know that. I stop breathing, the butterflies are puking in my stomach, and then whoosh, rockets ignite, the car screams towards the berm, goes over it, and then starts to veer to the left, and then end over end, engines, wheels, carnage. Great experiment.
A great experiment. And as the sun sets on the wreckage, it's time to close the case.
So do you guys want to call the myth?
I think we can definitively say that the rocket car myth, once and for all, totally busted.
Is this the part of the story where we get to replicate the results?
Let's do it.
Yes!
Yep, the show ain't over until the rocket car flies. Fitted with a heavy-duty rocket pocket and a remote control system, it's identical to Impala 1. But this time, it's racing red.
All right, so here's what we're gonna do differently. First of all, we're gonna give the Impala 6 rockets. That's 20% more power, and by our calculations, should get it airborne. But second, and most importantly, we're gonna give this car a little jump start on gravity.
So to see the Impala take flight this time around, they're using a custom-built launch pad.
This time we are getting that car airborne no matter what it takes, and we've decided what it takes
is a ramp.
Can we get some help over here? Yeah! This is exactly how the Egyptians did it.
Moving in, moving in. Next on speed building. Will they get the roof done before the sun goes down?
Well, yes. And remember, this isn't just a ramp. It's our launching platform.
This ramp's job is to send that rocket car up in the air. In order to do that, it has to change its direction, which means it has to take all its forward momentum and alter it slightly, which means we have to spread a tremendous load right here at the front part of the ramp, which we've done with 5 inches thick of wood spreading that load. Hopefully that'll be enough.
Hopefully, because at 32 feet wide, 65 feet long, and 11 feet off the desert floor, that's one hell of a launch pad.
There she blows. 1,100 feet of white line fever ending in what is undoubtedly the most beautiful ramp we have ever made on this show. And it's only ever gonna get 1 set of tire tracks.
Only 1 set, courtesy of Big Red, which is ready and raring for a quick systems check.
Okay, Jamie, go ahead.
Brake is off. Nice acceleration, nice and smooth.
Yes! That was so straight, he's got it!
I'm stopping.
Woo!
Just add rockets.
Good job.
The launch pad, the car, and its new pilot, the Heinemann, are good to go. So now to add that explosive payload, the rockets.
This time, we're using 6 rockets. That's 12,000 pounds of thrust.
Yep, this car is more armed and more dangerous, with a total thrust
Perfect.
of 5,400 horsepower.
Yeah,
Sorry about the wrestling, but
It's better to have a tight fit than a loose fit.
that's true.
That's what I always say.
And with the rockets locked and loaded, there's just one more thing to add.
Now, I'm sure there are those among you at home who are familiar with rocketry who are wondering to yourselves, why don't we make our jobs a little easier by pulling the engine and putting a nice long tail fin stabilizer on this? Well, you see, we think of that as cheating. That turns this into a car-shaped rocket. What we want is a rocket-powered car, and that's what this is.
And it's ready for launch. It'll hit the ramp at full tilt. But will that combo get the Impala to achieve liftoff? With only 1 car left, this is their last shot. And it's all down to the Heinemann.
Shields are engaged. It's all you, buddy.
The pressure is on because he must keep the car on track and hit the ramp dead center to bring one of the MythBusters' greatest ever test track trials to its ultimate conclusion.
Let's do it.
Once again, Grant starts the Impala.
Sounds great.
Seating to the bunker.
Arming.
Then the rockets are armed.
Take it away, you guys.
All set for the final countdown.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, here it is, the final journey of the rocket car. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's go. Brake is off. Car is moving.
Jamie slowly accelerates the Impala towards the ramp.
10, 11, 12, 13. You're right on center. You're looking great. 21, 22. You're slightly steering to the right of the black line. 31, 32. You're doing great. 37, 39, 40. You're doing fantastically.
All right, you guys are looking good. Set her up. He's gonna hit it right in the middle.
There goes the rockets. Wow. I have no idea what happened. All I see is smoke.
Well, luckily, viewers, you've got the best seat in the house.
Wow, that was intense.
Our rocket car achieved liftoff.
Wow!
For 10 fleeting seconds, it pirouetted through the air.
Did you see that? It hit the ramp and just did a spin in the air. That was insane!
It's just a pity about the crash landings in between.
That's intense. Let's go check it out.
As the remains of the Impala are doused by the fire department, the MythBusters go in for a closer look.
Looks like the whole car's been pushed up inside its chassis.
Wow.
Oh, man.
This car seems to have met an angry giant.
Now that's what I call an ending. Woo!
Isn't that something?
You know, I'm becoming kind of fond of the steaming hulks that we are getting used to seeing after these things.
The Steaming Hulk. That's our MythBusters superhero.
Yeah.
The Steaming Hulk.
So I guess no jet-powered car on the way home, huh?
No, I think this is a total loss.
It's a total loss for the car, but an epic win for the MythBusters.
Well, that was about as neat a run as you could hope for. Once Grant had started the car, gave us control, and everyone was in their bunker, Jamie started the car. He started off at a nice low speed, gave it a little bit of gas, stayed really dead on center. At the moment it crossed Carrie's button line, I couldn't see a thing. I'm looking straight out the windshield, and all I saw was smoke. For all I knew, the whole thing blew up right there on the stand. What happened? And then the smoke starts to clear, and as the smoke's clearing, I can see that Jamie has perfectly hit the ramp. I mean, totally straight, but with a tremendous amount of force. The ramp seems torn up. After that, all we could see behind the ramp is just a smoking hulk. We approached it with our shields on and waited for the fire department to put it out. The amount of destruction on that is truly shocking. There's nothing car-like about it anymore.
Look at this ramp! Oh my gosh! Look at this! Not even through the dust cloud. Jamie nailed it straight up the center. He tore up the ramp and the rockets blew the carnage backwards. Beautiful.
All right, so when you think about man-made things that are intended to fly, like an airplane, a missile, an arrow, they all have something in common. They're not shaped like a car. Even with the benefit of incredible thrust, perfect weight distribution, a ramp to give it an ideal initial trajectory, we couldn't make this car fly more than 600 feet. The myth of the rocket car, it's busted.
I guess we're still a ways away from those flying cars everybody wants.
Yep, this myth, just like the car, is totally and utterly busted.
Well, I think our work here is done.
I think so.
While our jet-propelled Eagle landed prematurely,
Wow!
the Cadillac couldn't achieve liftoff. But those viral firemen inspired a launch for the ages. Right here at the test track.